What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I Hate Average Podcast back with another week, another episode. Man, I missed you guys. It's been about a month, haven't recorded in a while, but I'm excited to be back. We're about to hit another new year, so it's gonna be 3 years of the podcast. It's kind of time just flies, but I apologize for this year. I haven't been as consistent as I would have liked to be, but just been living life and figuring things out for myself personally. But I'm excited to get back to work, back to the podcast, back to speaking with some interesting people and telling different stories. That the reason why we started the podcast in the first place. Today I'm excited. We got a great guest. It's an exciting time for him. I got Topic. He's an artist from New York, Federal District Records. Those are my friends, Federal District Records. All those people, all those artists over there, very supportive of the podcast. So I always want to support them. So I'm excited for Topic, his new single, Talk That Ish. So it is dropping today. We're excited. We want to support him. I want you guys to stream it, check it out. Add him on Instagram, all of that. Just let him know you heard him on the podcast and you like the record. But anyway, thank you guys for the continued support of the podcast. Thank you guys for the emails, the DMs, all of that. The podcast is not going anywhere. Just been on a slight hiatus, but we're back. Check out this interview with Topic. Man, I'm excited. We got a special guest. We got Topic in the building. And before we introduce him, we're getting Topic at a very good time. His new single's dropping. We got the Talk That Shit single is dropping. I think it's dropping tomorrow, actually. So I'm excited about this. We got Topic at a good time. What's going on, Topic?
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm great, man. I'm great. Thank you for your time. I know it's an exciting time for you. So before we talk about the single, how'd you get started with music in the first place?
I started when I was like 18. Around 18, I started. But I really didn't like start writing until I was just like 20.
Okay.
So from there, started as a little hobby. I ain't gonna front. I was going through a lot of things in my life at that time. I feel like music found me because I've always been a fan of the music before, just actually being an artist. I never really wanted to be an artist, but after a while, it was just something for an outlet for me to just express myself.
Yeah. So
I started from there. By that time, I was overseas.
Okay.
I was in Korea at the time, and then like came back, and then I got deployed to Iraq, and then from there, that's when I started hitting the studio because one of my homeboys, he built the studio. So we'll go there every night, if we didn't have anything going on, and we just be recording. Yeah. So I started from there and I just took off.
Like how was motivation there? Like, you're overseas, you're away from home, and like how was you having the feeling to still, follow through with your passion?
First of all, it was very, very hard just being away from mother, father, my siblings and stuff like that. Yeah. But I usually just write about I just write about it. I just put all my channel everything into the music.
Yeah.
And from on a day-to-day basis, it was just like a rush. Like every time we be in the studio, every night or whatever, and then we just go, do our work during the day. The nighttime, we just repeat it again. It just took our mind off of, working 12, 13, 15, 16 hours, no matter what. So that was just the motivation,
Of course. So you're away, you're serving the country, and thank you for your service. So
thank you.
You was away doing that, and you was recording music. So when you finally are able to touch down and get back to the States, did you know that you still wanted to pursue music, or was this life just catching up with you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Music has always been the since I started it, I pictured myself being, you know, in the spotlight.
I understand.
So after I came back to the States, sometimes, things just change, things is different. So around that time, I know my favorite groups was popping, like G Unit, like Dipset, and
Okay.
then you had, then the mergers of the South, and then, T.I. was popping back then, and then, Rick Ross started finally came out with Port of Miami and all that good stuff. So, like, it's just like everybody was like the South was just rising.
Yeah. That
Like,
was a fun era in hip hop too. That was fun.
it really was. It really was. So, I embrace it all. It's just like, it's just like, it's good to like really just be a fan of it and to see how it evolves. It's just like a stock. It is, you have up days, it's up and downs, but
True.
it's just, as long as you put into it, you're gonna get a lot out of it. So
Definitely. So what do you say like your style? Because you said you was kind of into the G Unit, the Dipset, but you also was feeling the South flow. So what do you think? What do you think influenced your style more, the South or like the boom bap era?
I'm gonna say both.
Okay.
Really both. Really, it's both because I'm originally from New York, but I lived in a part of my upbringing down south.
Okay.
So I got to witness the Outkast and No Limit and the era where they switched it, from the booty music, and it went from booty music, for real booty music, all the way to now the trap. And once T.I. came, and then you see the merger, you see T.I., then other rappers
Like the
from down
Jeezy
south.
and
Yeah, Jeezy, and then you had Gucci, and then it just the list goes on and on.
yeah.
So both influenced me. I think that's where I get my styles from. Like my styles is like it's basically gonna be up top, but I can rock with anything. I can do anything. Like I can get on the South vibe. I can get on a West Coast vibe. I can get on any vibe that I feel doing, because it's been like for me, I practice this a lot, man. Like just putting myself in different beats or whatever I feel. I don't force anything.
Yeah.
So if you force it, it's not. You can tell it's not gonna come. It's not gonna come out right.
Yeah.
But definitely both. I can't just say up top because you know what I'm saying. Like
because you can't forget, where you at now. You can't forget being from the South also.
Yeah.
So, but I think now, especially in now 2018, like everything is blended now because people are able, because of the internet and social media, people are able to connect with different sounds. You can connect with a producer from anywhere. You could kind of hear exactly what's going on in underground scenes and from every different region of the country. So it's kind of everything is like a blend now, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely, it is. It made it. The internet has make it easier for artists to be discovered.
Yeah.
Because right now I'll say this era I'm gonna say about a good 90% has been discovered from Soulja Boy all the way on. I don't know what year that was, but when Soulja Boy came out, and then you had Soulja Boy, Lil Bow Wow, also in it, well, not Bow Wow, but Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
The internet, ever since then, the internet and everybody just predicted it'll be a wave, but people wasn't catching on. But finally, when the YouTube got popular, then, you see a whole bunch of people getting discovered off of the internet. So it
changed everything. And people, like you said, people was kind of reluctant. People was kind of upset, like, "What's that? I don't want to hear that now." that's all you hear now is trap music.
Yeah, it's. I think now people. I feel like when T.I. came out, then that's when a lot of people started really talking about it from down south. But up top, you know, you had Cam, you had Jay, you know what I'm saying? I can't forget about, you know, those guys.
Yeah.
And you had Big, and then, you know, they talked about it, but, you know, T.I. had brung it out, you know what I mean, when it came to the South, because nobody was really talking about that. You had UGK, of course, you had UGK, you had Suave House, you had, you know, which was at the time,
I think they was very popular in the South, but I don't think people in the North didn't catch on to them until, like, later on, like the UGKs and all that.
Let me tell you what it started to turn. I think it was the Source Awards when Outkast had won and they got booed, and Andre 3000 was like, "I'm gonna tell you, I'm just tired of y'all cold-minded people, you know, just down our music and not even giving us just not giving us a shot." He's just like, "Yo, South got something to say," and ever since then, man, it just that whole dynamic has changed.
Of course.
Like I'm fortunate because, you know, like I said, I'm originally from New York. So with that being said, you know, I witnessed, you know, Jay-Z, Biggie, you know, Big L, Big Pun, and then being down south with the No Limit, and then you had Cash Money at that time, and then you had, you know, T.I., 8-Ball, MJG, the whole Suave House camp, then you had Trick Daddy and all them other guys.
Those guys,
those guys too. So it's definitely a blessing to see how hip hop evolved. And even then, like I say, the West Coast was on the rise too.
Yeah,
because there were certain artists that, you know, after a while, like West Coast has always been dope.
Yeah.
But it was just certain artists just like let them know, like, yo, West Coast is here.
True.
So, yeah, definitely a balance.
Yeah, definitely. So, you know, you get back to the stage, you're still working on your career. So, but how do you go from just recording as a passion to actually putting out singles and records, like real legit records? How does that happen?
Time, because it went from, I'll tell you the timeline. I came back to the States in 06. Of course, you know, life hits, you know, have kids and stuff like that, and still trying to balance, you know, music and stuff like that. It went from recording, to stop for a minute, just because it's like, yo, all right, it's not really working how I wanted to work.
Yeah.
But no matter what I did, I always, for some reason, the music always came back to me. And so when I knew I felt like I threw it away like a boomerang, and it just came back. And so once it started coming back, I was like, you know what, this is where I belong, and I'm gonna keep pushing.
Yeah.
From then on, 2011, I put out my first project. Just printed up CDs, boom, 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 just kept doing it. I think
so
my
you
first
did all of that independent, like you just
independent.
Wow.
Independent.
Wow.
Started that, and then I went from there. Like I went back, doing a couple of performances here and there.
Yeah.
Just trying to gain the momentum. You know, bumping into certain people, networking.
Yeah.
You know, step by step. It has not been the story, the fairy tale story. I just bumped into somebody and got discovered. Like I really had to take step by step. I really went through, you know, the pain of it. I went through, you know, where people just say they do certain things and then turn around, they don't know how to do anything of that nature.
Yeah.
You just have to be, I feel like when it comes to the industry, you gotta soak everything as like a sponge.
True.
And then on top of that, you have to just watch and be mindful what to look out for. Because some people are going to tell you that they can promise you the world, but they're only doing that to get in your pockets, or
True.
just like soon as you get to that pinnacle where you need to be, they'll just do something to undercut you. So you have to watch out for everything. And I think trust is definitely a big thing when you build your structure from when you start your career, when you take it seriously, from the management you deal with, from your entertainment lawyer to, you know, if you are blessed to get let's just say a distribution deal or partnership with a major label.
Yeah.
You know, you just make sure that you cross your T's and dot your I's when it comes to the paperwork. And, yeah, and just don't stop. Just keep going. Just stay consistent at all times.
True.
Consistency is definitely the key, man. Like, right now I kind of feel like it's like a little bit a mix between popularity, but I feel like, consistency is definitely coming back.
Of course.
So because it's just like, I feel like this, like some artists, what they did was just like, they got to a point where, okay, they got a certain type of momentum. And then they got to a point, they got kind of comfortable and they was just like, yo, I'm just going to put anything out. And sometimes, you know, that doesn't work, man. Like that.
Yeah, people
catch on real quick. Like you're just not gonna get people. You're just not gonna pull, you know, the cloth under. You know, you ain't gonna pull the tail under nobody. They're gonna figure it out.
Of
like,
course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I used to do the same thing too. Like, this don't sound like such and such. This is, you know.
Especially with music, because it's a feeling, and people could feel that if you're not really passionate about it, people could feel that. And if you just throw it together to, you know, to make a couple of dollars, they could feel that.
Yeah, I'd rather put out 3 projects that are very consistent, other than 10 projects that are just because you got to put out, just because you're on the pace that you put out music.
Yeah.
That is okay. That was dope. That's okay. That wasn't good. I know I need consistency across the board.
Yeah.
So if I put out a project or a single or anything of that nature, I'm definitely going to make sure that I give 200%. I'm definitely going to make sure that I'm comfortable of putting this product out and, you know, standing by it. Yeah. Some people, I just seen, you know, sometimes I seen, and you just observe some things, like some people just put out just a project and that's really about it. No visuals behind it, no anything. Sometimes because of the label, sometimes because of them. But, you know, that's how it is.
Yeah, nowadays you gotta be all in. You gotta, because there's so much music out there, so much content out there. So if you're gonna do it, you gotta follow up. If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it. It's not easy, of course, but it's up to your passion. If you really passionate about it, I think the work ethic will show.
It definitely will. You definitely have to be on top of it, and whatever pace you go by is the pace you just need to stay by. If you feel like you don't put out an album, if you're on the Kendrick Lamar wave, then by all means, you know, I might not put out a project 3, 4, 5 years, but when I put out a project, the project is gonna be dope.
Yeah,
it's gonna get number one. You're gonna get a lot of sales. So rather than, you know, somebody who's just like, they just used to putting out music consistent, just boom, boom. They got a mixtape every month. They got an album coming out, stuff like that. Yeah. I know I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. So like for you, as yourself as an artist, do you see yourself that you can like stay consistent and put out projects like 2 a year and things like that, or you kind of want to just feel I
would, everything has to be a plan though. Everything has to be planned out.
Yeah.
So I would say for me, 2 projects is good. You know, hit one I would rather do one beginning of the year, or if I do one beginning of the year or summertime.
Yeah.
Or then I'll probably just do a EP.
Yeah.
In between, just to keep Well, because that's what it's all about. Like, if you fall back, people won't forget about you real quick. Because music these days are consumed fast.
Because so much music.
It's so much music.
Yeah.
So people, now people will listen to it for about a good week. They'll be on to the next thing. You have to be able to, like I said, consistency is definitely the key. And then, just planning your moves. You know what I mean? But you definitely got to keep putting it in people's faces.
Yeah.
Definitely keep putting it in people's faces. And like I said, whatever time that you just go by your time. Don't go by nobody else's time, because that's where people mess up.
True.
Music, like you said, music is supposed to be a feeling. It's not supposed to be, it's not forced or anything of that nature. But for me, 2 projects are definitely good. I'll be putting out most likely my first album project.
Okay.
Sometime next year. I don't know when, but I definitely will keep you tuned.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe first quarter. If not, I would say probably the second or towards the summertime.
Okay.
Yeah, because we all work, like, we all on the line. So we work. Everybody's dropping singles every month, stuff of that nature. And so everybody's getting to a point where they about to prepare for, to do a project. I know next year is definitely going to be the year that, you'll get a project for Topic NYC.
Nice.
2020, definitely.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So besides the recording, any shows or anything we should be looking forward to? Or
man,
appearances?
we got a show. We got a show tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
We got a show tomorrow in Brooklyn.
Nice.
And we got a show on Saturday in Queens.
Okay.
And we got a couple others. I think that's probably going to sum up the year. Beginning of the year is going to be performing January 7th.
Okay. That's what's up.
And it's going to be downtown Manhattan.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Definitely working.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. Like you said, you got to stay in people's faces, man. You gotta stay in
definitely.
Faces.
I'm working. 2020. I'm definitely working to be the breakout artist of the year, man. And so I'm putting that in the universe right now.
Of course.
And then I'm gonna steady just keep working to make that happen. So
of course.
You heard it first. 2020 breakout artist of the year. Putting that in the universe. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep working. Like, our motto is no days off, so we don't really take no days off. We continue to work. Yeah. We promote every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just do everything just to stay in their faces, be innovative.
True.
And then consistent. So.
I think that's the main thing, consistent. Because I know I see people do like wild stuff to get people's attention, but you do it like for a week, and then people. That was cool, and then people just forget about you.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
See, I fall into that too. Like, with this podcast, I do it and I promote hard for like a week or two, and then I slow down on promotion.
Yeah.
And I see.
Yeah. Sometimes, man, it happens that way because we do the same thing. Because sometimes, your morale. It's down at times. So you just like, man, I don't feel like doing that. Yeah. But you got to remember one thing: if you want to be the best and the hottest at anything, you got to stay consistent no matter what. And that's what I got from, my big bro, the CEO, Nimrod. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my Federal District Empire family. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Nimrod, Nulu, King Flow, Cream Couture. Cal, Spice, Sean, Natalie, the whole camp. You know what I'm saying? Because we all work together as we are family, and we really work as a team.
That's what's up.
So it's just like, it's like clockwork now.
Yeah.
So he just taught us to always stay consistent. Don't, no falling off or anything. So, but we make sure we just stay organized, and that's how we get through it.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to get through the next year. Just being organized, consistent, and just staying on our grind and promoting. So.
That's what's up, man. So let's talk about the single, man. It's dropping, and let's talk about it, man. Let's get into
it. Yeah. My single that drops tomorrow. Talk that shit. Like I said, I'm originally from New York. I'm a New York dude. So with that being said, talk that shit is just like just having that. Sometimes you just gotta let them know who you are. You just gotta just carry yourself. I understand that, you gotta be humble and all the other good stuff. But when you're good at what you do, you gotta show it. You gotta show the world, man. You gotta be able to talk your shit. So that's why I named it that. When I first heard the beat, I was just like, man, I gotta talk it. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to be able to just, a club banger at the same time, just have everybody bopping and let them know to talk that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what's up, man.
Because, like you said, man, you gotta believe. At the end of the day, you gotta believe in yourself that you are great.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then who else will?
Yeah.
If you don't have that, if you don't come with that confidence,
I think you gotta
do this.
You gotta show people how great you are. Like, you gotta believe you're great, and then you kind of gotta explain it to them. You gotta talk your shit. You gotta explain it to them.
Yeah, you gotta let them know. Because some people, because this is the thing about it with me, right? Like, before I start really getting back, because I took a little break. Yeah. Like last year around this time, I took a break. Well, last year I didn't really get back into the wheel until like September of last year.
Okay.
And so it's just like riding a bike. Once you learn how to ride a bike, you don't forget how to ride a bike.
Yeah.
It takes you some time to just get your balance back, and other than that, you back to it. Mm-hmm. So, it's just one of those things, man. But once I got back into the mode, it didn't stop. And I feel like, now I'm getting better and better and better. And I feel like I ain't even really reach, my ceiling yet.
That's what's up.
So I just want to be able to continue to work, get better and better and better. That's what it is. If I'm gonna talk my shit, I'm definitely gonna back it up. If I say I'm shooting to be 2020 breakout artist of the year, that's the standard that I'm gonna go by. I'm not gonna let nobody tell me anything less.
And I think that, like you said, if you staying consistent and you getting better and better, people are going to start catching on. They're gonna be like, I heard that first track, and now he's starting to, he's starting to do more and more. He's starting to experiment, and people are going to start noticing your growth, and that's when I think people are going to start really believing.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact. Yeah. It's all about believing yourself at the beginning, because I'm gonna tell you like this, like just doing music, it has been a journey for me. When I tell you I went through every emotion when it comes to music, I have.
I get you.
I have, and I'm talking about when I went through setbacks, failures, all of that. I went through it. Yeah. So, to get to this point, it's definitely a blessing, man. And after I drop this, I'm definitely going to keep pushing even more and more and more.
Of course.
Like, I don't believe in just being comfortable. Once you get comfortable, man, like, that's when everything falls. Yeah. You gotta just keep working, keep going, don't stop. I had a friend that did that, man. And it wasn't even pertaining to music. It was just something like business. Yeah. Like, he was just up. He's like, oh, I can relax. I'm thinking to myself, bro, you can't, bro. And then that's what everything just start to happen. So, yeah.
Because you always got to think that whatever you're trying to do, like you said, music or business or anything, you always got to think, even though things are not always competition, but you always got to think like somebody wants that spot. So you kind of got to maintain, because you always got to realize there's somebody in like a back room somewhere in Kansas or something. Somebody, no matter what, somebody wants that spot, and you never know who it's going to be. So you just got to kind of stay on your P's and Q's.
Definitely.
There you have it. That was my convo with Topic, man. I'm very, very excited for this young man. He seems like, he's ready to hit the ground running with his career. Things going in the right direction. So please go stream, check out the record, Talk That Ish. Please go listen to it right now. It just dropped. It dropped today. Go listen to it right now. Support that young man. Support Federal District Records. They're supporters of the podcast, so always want to support those artists over there. Thank you guys again for the continued support. Like I always say, you can always email me, show@averagej.com. Once again, show@averagej.com. And I'll be sure to get back to you, give you some feedback, what you like, what you don't like, who should be on, who shouldn't be on anymore. How else can you reach me? Oh, Instagram, of course. Instagram, I Hate Average Podcast on Instagram. Where else are we? Of course, we got the Facebook page, I Hate Average Podcast. Just search it, you'll find the Facebook page. Contact us there. Thank you guys for continued support. I gotta get out of here. Gotta do some Christmas shopping. But thank you guys for continued support, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Yes, I'll be back next week.